It is now 0111. You're watching the king of lo-fi, the king of sophistication, live from Vienna, Austria, in the 10th district in the Blackie Fitzpatrick Library Studios. Clink, cheers from Vienna. Today's show is called Peru. You're watching the king of lo-fi, Blackie Fitzpatrick. Happy Saturday morning from Vienna.
Every time you call, I call you on the phone because you're not just feeling grown up, but you get even older. The sunlight shines, the shine that makes you wake up in the morning. Here's the push-ups before your coffee's even older. I guess that I will buy all the wonders of you as you rely on me. Running around this town, taking the feeling, hear the sounds. Running around this town, running around this town, running around this town. Taking the feeling, hear the sounds. Running around this town, running around this town. Every time you call you on the phone up because you're not just feeling grown up, but you get even older. The sunlight shines, the shine that makes you wake up in the morning. You do push-ups before your coffee's even older. I guess that I rely on you as you do rely on me. Running around this town, taking the feeling, hear the sounds. Running around this town, running around this town, running around this town. Taking the feeling, hear the sounds. Running around this town, running around this town. Baby, please hold. We can do anything all the nights. You can do anything you want. Let's go outside and have fun. Running around this town. Check out the feeling, hear the sounds. Just running around this town. Running around this town, baby. Check out the feeling, hear the sounds. Running around this town. Running around this town. Running around this town, baby. Check out the feeling, hear the sounds. Running around this town. 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 Hear the sounds. Running around this town. Running around this town. Running around this
You're watching the Blackie Fitzpatrick Show live from Vienna. Running around this town. You know what? Tonight we're going to run around Peru. That's pretty cool. Yesterday was all about cake. Thanks for everybody who watched my show. It was one of my epic shows. I had all the famous stars from Gramps and Juju Bot. And I appreciate it, actually. And I did a show for like whatever. I'm doing the Thursday, Friday. I'm a little bit late tonight. We'll see what happens. But I had a great night. Oh, look. This is called my startup. This is called CBD. But this is called my startup. I think to myself, Don't think, drink. Look, the Black Fridge Fact Show is about acceptance. Everybody understands this part. Everybody who's watched my show before realize my show is about acceptance, actually. I don't have anything to prove. I'm not a judge. I'm not a juror. I'm not a complainant. I'm not a defender. I'm not a prosecutor. Clink. I'm just a guy who's trying to put a smile on your face. You're watching the Black Fridge Fact Show live from Vienna. If anybody's watching, for who's new, I'm looking at a picture of an eighth note, and there's a bunch of German words written over it. I don't read the chat until I finish my startup. So my startup's like a rubbish. If I get distracted by the chat or get distracted by the lack of chat, oh, that's when my ego gets crushed. As a shallow man, I need to have my fans. Okay, in Florida, I needed fans. That was different. It's hot, really hot, and humid. There's nothing wrong with fans. There's nothing wrong with being friendly. Isn't that what a fan is? Somebody who's friendly to someone? They go, it could be anybody. It could be you go to a restaurant, right? You can have a great waiter, right? Or what do they call it now? The PC word is server. And you go, wow, that guy was really great, or that girl was really great. And then you go, here's your tip. That's nice. That's the type of thing we like in the Black Fridge Fact Show, huh? Showing some common decency. Oh, I just remembered I have to turn the heat off. Okay, look. Maybe I should play a song. No, I have to do my startup. No, I have to turn the heat off. Ah, confusion. Confucius says, check out the thermometer. What does it say here? No, it's still cold in the room. You're watching the Black Fridge Fact Show live from the Black Fridge Fact Library studio. But I'm sitting right next to the heater, so it's starting to warm up a little bit. I think I'm going to turn it off. What temperature is it? No, it's cold. We have spring-like temperatures outside. Oh, man. It was raining when I woke up. Then I decided I'm going back to bed. This is called my startup. What else did I do? Well, the obvious. Yeah, I woke up and then I went back to bed. That's always a good decision on a rainy day. I think most people would agree with me on that one. Then I did my meditation, which means I don't do anything. That's great. I love getting credit for meditation. What did you do when you were meditating? And I would say none of your business. The show is PG-13. You're allowed to be rude, but please don't swear. You're allowed to talk about adult subject matters, as long as you do it in a foreign language, if it's gross. No, I was getting prepared. I had a Weinhauer rehearsal. I mean, before that, I did the usual thing, chores around the house and stuff like that. I took out the laundry. I hope that makes the walrus happy. What else did I do? Tiny stuff, just little tiny things here and there. Then I had a Weinhauer rehearsal. And then we'll get to the, this is where the story really comes in. And I'll do it when I turn on the chat. This is the normal part where people come onto my show and they say, hi. And that's fine. That's what people do in chats. And I'll be honest with you. That's why I kind of like just don't even turn on the chat, and I like to play music and stuff. This is going to be a 1 hour show. I know I'm a little bit late, but that's part of the, this is my co-star. I got a good story. Today's show is called Peru. If anybody watched my Facebook show, then I don't even have to tell you. But I did a Facebook show earlier, live, in the 1st District of Vienna. That was after my Weinhauer rehearsal. The Walrus picked me up. She was part of the show. And she had a friend called Maria from Peru. And they took us to this Peruvian, I don't even know what to call it. It's kind of like dive, but it was a very popular dive. That's the way we say it in American slang. It was just a joint, and the places where they have like one men's room toilet and one ladies' room toilet, that type of place. The place was packed, like super crazy, literally. It was Friday night, and everybody was dancing, and there was a lot of music, and I did a live show on Facebook. I know a lot of people don't like Facebook. That's fine. That's why I try to go onto YouTube at least 3 times a week. But sometimes I do the man on the street. I try to get some interviews. I got a couple of rejections. That was pretty good. But I got a couple of people to say yes. So if anybody is on Facebook, I did like I don't know, I think it said 49-minute show. And it was pretty funny, actually. You get to see the first district, which is downtown Vienna. And no, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. And we just came, that's why I'm a little bit late tonight. And Laura and I just came back. She's doing her own thing. But I'm like, I got to do my show because I promised. So I apologize for being a little bit late. The show is being digitally recorded so you can watch it at your leisure whenever you want. But I did break a promise. I take full responsibility. I was having a lot of fun with the walrus. The walrus reminded me when we left. I said, what time is it? It's 12:30. I'm supposed to do a show. And she's like, didn't we have fun? And I'm like, yeah. This is the first time I ever drank Peruvian beer. I'll be honest with you. Never drank it before. It was okay. And it was in a glass bottle. Anything in a glass bottle was pretty good. I couldn't see the expiration date. It was dark. But no, it was just like a normal beer. And here's another fun story. I went to McDonald's today and I bought a €1 cheeseburger, and they gave me 2. I feel like I won the lottery. How do you beat dumb luck? I was only in the mood to eat one, but I have one in the refrigerator. See if I can put it in the oven. Okay, I got to play a song. It's now 0124 here in Vienna, Austria. I'm going to put on a song, and then I'm going to turn the heat off, and then I'll turn the chat on, and we'll see if anybody's here. Sometimes you never know. Sometimes it says like 0 people watching, and then I watch it the next day, and it says 126. Do the math. YouTube, I love you. I know you can't keep up with the volume. Once again, if you're not a mod, please feel free to join the chat. There's only 2 rules. PG-13, number 1. Number 2 is just be cool. Clink. Cheers from Vienna. You're allowed to talk about politics. I don't vote. My sister made a joke yesterday. She says, you can't vote where you're from, which is incorrect, Gil. I can vote from here. I have to go do it through the American Embassy. I can vote in America, and I can vote in England. I have dual citizenship. So Jill's not really up to speed on that one, but that's okay. I don't want to like throw it in her face. But I did post-produce my show from yesterday. It was pretty good. Yeah, I can vote if I want to here in Vienna. It's called the American Embassy and the British Embassy. That's what embassies are about. Clink. Cheers from Vienna. No, Kurt was showing me pictures from, he just came back from Hawaii, and that was really cool pictures and stuff. All I saw was smiles on faces. That's the type of thing they like. I want to be the king of smiles. At least as good as a Mel Brooks movie. Okay, I get to pick a song. And it has to be something that I wrote or co-produced or co-wrote or whatever. And all that stuff. So sometimes people are going to get tired of this stuff. One day it's going to change, and I'll get monetized and whatever, and I can turn it into the real show that I want it to be. But right now it has to be stuff that I did or was part of. And I didn't play this one yesterday, so I'm going to play this song. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. I hope it sounds good on your end. I'm going to turn the heat off, and I'm going to turn the chat on. I'll be back in a second. I'm not leaving, but this song is a song that I wrote. How old was I? 25, 26 years old. It was in the 90s, and the song was called All too much. Once again, I hope it sounds good in your end.
When we fought the other day, what was that for? I don't recall the reason. I walked out the door, talking money, and I guess it makes me tense. If I cry you down, make a difference. Sometimes it's all coming down on me. It's all too It's all too It's all too It's all too Can you find a simple day? Don't go, it's all too
You're watching the Black Respect Show, the king of lo-fi. Hey, Indiana Jones, Lion King. I also see Karen Blue. Look. Hello to my lurkers. You guys are my favorites. Usually they're my ex-wives. Girls, it was nice when we were together. I didn't like the part where you said, I want a divorce. Look, happy Friday night to a lot of people. Happy Saturday morning to the others. YouTube is telling me I have a lot of lurkers. You guys are great, and I think I know who you are. Don't be afraid to join the chat. Hey, JB, he's one of them. Look, here's the deal. Today's show is called Peru. Okay? I'm going to take it. I've been going on for now for 20 minutes. In about 10 minutes, I'm going to open up the phone lines, and I'll take phone callers. It looks like I missed you, JB. Sometimes I can't read the chat. So, JB, if you want to come on my show, I'll take you as the first one. I know I had Rick on yesterday, and he was great. And look, but I want to talk about Peru. Sometimes people in Europe, they say America, and they think of it as US and A. Incorrect. Mexico is America. Canada is America. Peru is America. Costa Rica is America. Jamaica is America. Okay? And if anybody saw my show on Facebook, it was great, actually, because I like this part at the end. He said hello to all the countries. And he said hello to Austria because of all the Latinos and Latinas who are living in Vienna, having a good time at a nightclub. Oh, that was fun. I put that one on the Facebook thing. That was cool. I had a fun time with Isabel. And she got, look, I got this. Here's my co-star. I got a bag of stuff from Peru. And no, it's not a bag of weed. Hold on a second. Okay, that's all for you. Look. Yeah, Mike was on the show. He saw it. Hi, Elena. You still awake, girlfriend? Good. Hello to Moscow. Look. The Black Effect show is about acceptance. So it's like, and when I do an unannounced show on Facebook, it doesn't really matter. Anyway. I get like whatever, 300, 400 Facebook people. Most of them are people who I went to high school with. Hi, guys. They don't go to my YouTube channel. Some of them do. They're lurkers. Hi, guys. Press thumbs up before you leave. Show some common decency. Look, I can't say that joke. The show is PG-13. Look, my brain moves really fast. That's why I like to drink depressants. Clink. Cheers from Vienna. I tell you, yesterday, Elena says, why do you think that the Europeans are so stupid? Number one, I don't like to use the word stupid, but I'll say the word dumb because generalizing United States and America is like totally like, look, I don't want to make a Soviet Union joke, but I'm from US and A. It's a country. We have 50 states, including Alaska and Mexico. Puerto Rico is not a state. It's a property, territory, like Guam. But Mexico is part of North America. A lot of people forget this part. They think Mexico is south, so it must be South America. It's not. It's North America. Central America is something different, and South America is something different. I know because I've traveled there. And I like maps. And even Americans, it's not just Europeans, Elena. A lot of people don't realize it. America doesn't mean United States. It's just a tiny part of the continent, which is called America. America means freedom. I think that's what they taught us in school. Hold on a second, I have to read what Elena wrote. She says, hey, I talked to Americans who were sure about bears on Moscow streets, laugh out loud, giggle. Yeah, no, I know. The stereotypes. I know, you know what, girlfriend, you're up to speed. America, I had to learn this stuff myself, I had to learn this. I was like, America doesn't mean USA. It means the whole continent, like Europe. Europe is a continent, which is funny because Europe is connected with Asia, and they call it Eurasia, which is also connected to the Arab states, which is also connected to Africa. But U.S. Excuse me, America is almost independent, except for when you go up to the North Pole, and then like when the ice melts or freezes. Look, this is no global warming show. When the ice does its magic, you can actually walk to like Greenland, and you can walk to parts of Russia. What's it called? Kamchatka or something like that. You can do all that stuff. And we got a good show here going here. Today's show is called Peru. So I'm going to try to put a highlight, put a focus, put a spotlight on Peru, because I want to talk about the Andes. And because I like Peruvian beer now. It is now 0138. I've been on now for 26 minutes. This is going to be a 1 hour show. Anybody wants to come on after me? Figure it out. I'm going to take my first phone call in about 4 minutes. Let's try to relax and enjoy Friday night. For me, Saturday morning. The Blackie Fitzpatrick show is about sophistication. And it looks like tonight, lurkers. I know who you are. Clink. Cheers from Vienna. Now, yesterday at this time, I hit 10. And I sang Sinatra, but today I'm only at 8. Oh, no, my ego is blown. No Sinatra tonight. Press thumbs up before you leave. I'm sorry, sometimes I forget the chat because I turn, like, I think it has something to do with, like, I have an ego problem. All I want to do is, like, do a show, and I'm supposed to, like, do a show and talk to everybody. Impossible without a producer. I know I'm a producer. Sometimes people get lost. Sometimes people get, hey, they made a movie about it. Sometimes people get lost in translation. That's where you got to watch yourself. You don't want to piss off anybody. Once again, the show is PG-13. You're allowed to say piss off. And all you're going to do is be cool. And you can join the chat, even if you're not a wrench. So I'm trying to encourage the lurkers. Just come in and join the chat. I actually have a bunch of nice people here, all around the planet. My show is international. My show is not just sophisticated, a little bit educated. Look that one up. Okay, I think it's like on the dark web, but educated is it's a word. Okay, Urban Dictionary. When one realizes that one is educated, they realize, I still have more to learn. Huh? How is that possible? I thought I was already smart. No, it's impossible. There's maybe something more for me to learn? That's impossible. Because JB says he's going to do a run. But we'll see if I'm still on, buddy. I don't know if I'm going to be on, though. Have fun with your run. He says, got to run to the store. No, I believe you. Make sure you get something with barbecue sauce. What Americans are really good at. I like Stubbs. Jack Daniels is also good. Okay. Okay, I get 10 seconds. Who wants to come on? I'm turning on my my Facebook is on. I'm going to turn on Google Hangouts. Let's see if anybody wants to come on my show. Elena, are you drunk enough? So I type in the letter G, and it says Google Hangouts. So I'm opening it up. I'm on Alec Whittier, Google Hangouts. Let's see if anybody's green. Nope. Okay, this could be one of these shows where I just like play music and stuff. And I don't want to do these chats where there's like 10 people or 7 people or 15 people. I'm not doing that stuff. I want one-on-one. Otherwise, I get distracted. Ooh, we got the first one, and we know who it is. I'm going to turn my volume up. Okay, how come that didn't work? Let's see. I'm trying to make it work. Okay, you are live on the Black and Fitzpatrick Show. Tell us your name and tell us your time zone.
Well, that is your usual guest of the week, I suppose. My name is Rick, aka the Lion King.
The Lion King. What's your time zone? Remind my listeners.
We are, well, I am Eastern Standard Time, New York, upstate New York, in the beautiful foothills of the Adirondacks.
Oh, I love that. Oh, a beautiful picture of the Adirondacks and the foothills. I'm in the foothills of the Alps here in Vienna. Rick, what is on your mind today? Happy Friday night.
Oh, no, you were talking about Peru and a few other things, and I was wondering if you had ever visited Brazil or Argentina.
Correct, I have. Can you read my mind?
Nope. I don't have
Good answer. No, I've been to Brazil. I've been to Brazil 2 times, and I've been to Argentina 1 time. Have you been there?
Yes.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Well, my stepfather was from Argentina.
Awesome. No, I went to Buenos Aires, and I tell you, I made so many friends in 1 day. I couldn't believe it. Everybody was so friendly. What's your experience of Argentina?
It wasn't a good one.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got off the plane, and the first thing I seen was a bunch of people armed to the teeth with guns.
Did you go to Buenos Aires?
Well,
did you land in Buenos Aires?
No, I can't remember. This was a long time ago.
Okay. I was going to ask you, that was my second question. What year were you in Argentina?
This had to be like 1981.
Okay, I was there in 1990. What was your experience?
Well, we just went there to visit his family.
You must have been a little boy. You must have been a little boy.
Well, I was younger. I was definitely younger.
Yeah. No.
As you know, I'm only 45 years old.
Yeah, I know, but 81, that means you were like a boy when you went to Argentina.
Yep. So I couldn't go there and experience some of the things that, we were dealing with. But like I said, the first thing I noticed when we got off the plane is there was militia right there.
Yep. Correct.
And they weren't pistols.
No, they have machine guns, I know.
So, yeah, but, I've been a lot of other places. I've been to Italy.
Me too.
I've been to some places. My stepfather was a thoroughbred jockey.
Say that again, please.
My stepfather was a thoroughbred jockey.
Okay, so he was a horse race driver.
He wasn't a driver. He was actually on the horse. He's with thoroughbreds.
Yeah, he was a jockey. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Like tomorrow, you got the Derby at Churchill Downs.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Have you turned off all the delay stuff or not?
What do you mean the delay stuff?
Or maybe I'm listening to your old lady's stuff in the background.
No, I don't know what I don't think she's doing anything. Hold on. Let me check. No, I don't think she's doing anything.
Okay, good.
Let me adjust my OBS here, because I might have to turn my input down a little bit.
No, I watched the show yesterday, and you have to make adjustments and stuff.
Well,
No, Rick, you're turning into one of the stars in the Blackie Fitzpatrick show, and I love having you on. I had no idea you're an international world traveler.
oh yeah. I've been many places. I've been to France. I've been, obviously Canada.
When you went to France, where did you go to?
Hold up a second. I'm getting feedback here.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's because I'm getting feedback.
Yeah, I know.
Basically, I'm hearing you through Karen's backward drop because she's in Google Hangouts with me, so I'm getting the feedback from her. So I'm trying to adjust the volume to get it set straight.
Yep. Yeah, set it straight. Look, Rick, you're a smart guy. I know you are. Take your time and figure it out.
I got it. Yeah, no, actually, I know what's doing it. Actually, I know what's causing it now. Okay, hold on. I just realized that. I should have figured that out.
Look, this is maybe this is all a work in progress. Okay, brother.
No, I know what I got. What I got you is I have to. Oh, let's see here.
Now you sound like Dean Dean the Dancing Machine. Every time he talks, it sounds like he's burping. Let's see here.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Hey, did you upload your new video about smashing the cigarette rolling machine?
I haven't uploaded it yet.
Oh, I'm waiting for it.
I'm still doing some editing on it.
I'm waiting for it. I can't wait for it. Oh, no, I can't wait for it. I have patience.
Right, yeah, I got it. It's me and my old lady, and yeah, we went to town on that cigarette machine.
No, my sister said she said she had the same problems with the same device. So I think you're allowed to smash it to pieces on a YouTube video.
Yeah.
But I still think you should have worn a safety eyeglass goggle protection device stuff. I'm pretending to be your older brother, okay, Rick?
It's
My lawyer told me it's Vinny Bombacha's cousin. My lawyer said I have to say this stuff. If you're gonna smash stuff on a YouTube show, put on eye goggles or at least sunglasses.
Right.
You're watching the Blackie Fitzpatrick Show, the king of lo-fi. I'm together with Rick, and he's situating his situation.
Well, the way I see it is, I wear eyeglasses. Yeah, I get it.
Rick, you realize you're live on my show right now, right?
Yes, I realize that. This is aggravating me because.
Do you realize you're offering me right now? You're offering me dead air.
Yes.
Okay, that's an expression we use in the radio business. Dead air makes people go bye-bye. Press thumbs up before you leave.
All right.
I'm with the king of entertainment, Mr. Rick Morris.
Can you still hear me now?
Yeah, you're live. Hey, keyboard lover. Rick, a lot of people, I post-produce my show. Do we find your channel, is it on Rick Morris or is it on The Lion King? How do we find you on YouTube?
On YouTube, I'm underneath The Lion King. You can find me.
No, the Walrus and I watched one of your videos that you were doing a cooking video with barbecuing and all that stuff. And we think you're weird in a good way.
Well, Everybody's weird in their own way.
Correct. No. I accept it. And I was like, this is a funny video, but I want to see the one where you're smashing up the cigarette machine.
I'll have it up. I got to get some music in so I don't get demonetized or striked.
Yeah. Put my music on.
Still editing it.
Put my music on. Put Ben Arson on or something like that.
What's that?
Put my music on it.
Well, I'd have to put something in it, but I'd have to have a clip of it. So until I can get the clip.
Or you can actually go to, like, they have these. This is what do you know Harley Girl and L?
No.
Okay, I believe you. But they all they do is there's a bunch of places where you can find music where you're allowed to play it for free. So you can you can put whatever it is, and they have like really bad heavy metal, they have really bad pop music, they have really bad everything, and you can put it on for free. But it's kind of like watching the porn channel. It's just like bad music in the background, kind of like elevator music. You can do that.
Right, but I want to have some. I have a plan for it. I want to have something violent that goes in the background with it when I edit it.
Well, you have to look. This is a dance you get to figure out. Hold on a second, Rick. Can you read the chat?
Yeah.
JB's birthday is tomorrow. You know who JB is, right?
Yep.
Okay. Rick, will you sing together with me?
Will I sing with you?
Yes.
Please no.
Oh hell no, dude. I could say something right now, but it would not be PG-13.
No, look. We got to be PG-13.
Okay, I'll keep it PG-13, and I'll say like, I can't sing for crap. And
crap is
I
okay.
sound worse than two cats having sex in an alleyway.
Okay, that's PG-13. Okay, I'm going to sing it for JB. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear JB. Happy birthday to you. And many more. 35. Awesome.
35, the big old 35.
The big old 35. You're on the big old 45. I'm on the big old over 50. Hey, Kim. We got a good crowd here going. We're talking with Mr. Rick Morris, otherwise known as the Lion King. Rick, what's up next?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You've been on for over 10 minutes, so it's like you have to be entertaining, or I'm gonna try to get somebody else on.
I'm working on it. Well, we were talking about Peru, and I have not been there. But my old lady, she's a traveler. She's been to a lot of places. I was like, my old lady's been to a lot of places. She doesn't have a nickname. Well, I call her Honey Bunny.
That's what you call her, old lady.
Yes.
Hold on a second. Kiwi's trying to come in. She wants a slice of the pie. She says it's my birthday. Are we supposed to sling? Are we supposed to sing to Kiwi Lover now too? Hold on a second. Is that a coincidence? Or is Kiwi pulling my leg?
Hey Kim, how you doing?
Okay, I'll do a short one. Happy birthday, Kiwi Lover, and many more. I know you're just. Hold on a second. Kiwi says it really is. Okay. Wow. Opposites and similars attract. It's like gravity. Okay. Here's a happy birthday for Kiwi Lover. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kiwi Lover. All the way on the West Coast. Happy birthday to you and many more. Kiwi and JB are having birthdays like simultaneous. No, look. I never said I was an English expert. Okay.
So
PG-13, girlfriend.
Because I'm so used to using OBS and talking live with people.
Yeah, I know. I started with OBS, and now I went to straight talk.
Right. Okay, well, either Straight Talk or Skype or something like that.
No, I'm using YouTube right now. Straight YouTube. I tried the OBS, and I got banned because I got too good at it. They were like, "You can't play music," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Well, with OBS.
Yeah, no, I got banned. I played Duran Duran, and they killed me. In 15 seconds.
You probably got a copyright violation.
Yeah, in 15 seconds, they were like, I was like, "Whoa."
Oh yeah. I got 3 of them.
Yeah, I got one, and I said, screw OBS, and then I went, and JB was saying that he was doing the YouTube straight thing, so I did the YouTube straight. I can do the Facebook straight, but the OBS thing is like it's too professional and it's hi-fi, so that's why I call myself the king of lo-fi.
Right. So the thing is what really got me is I was just making my videos private to practice.
Correct. I know. I saw your views.
Well, no. I did these private. These were ones nobody could see. It was only me. I was just experimenting to test out sound quality.
I experimented and I had 200 people and I got killed.
Well, I got 3 copyright violations, but they did not give me a strike.
No, I got killed. I had 3 strikes and.
Yeah, I didn't get a single strike. I got notifications through the email, and
they wrote to me. I was playing videos in hi-fi, and the third strike was Duran Duran, and they killed me, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, did you do the videos in the background?
No, I put it in straight.
Oh, you put it in straight?
Yeah, I showed the videos, and I played it in hi-fi.
Yeah, that's what I did as well, because I was just experimenting in the background.
Yeah, I know. I was experimenting too. And Harley Girl and Elle were teaching me about it, and they were like, never play copyrighted music. And I was like, I don't care, because I didn't really believe that they could kill me, but they did. They killed me.
Right. Are you familiar with Bruce Wayne? I don't know if he comes out.
Yeah, I know his name. I know his name, yeah.
Okay, well, he actually uses this other place, which is another platform, and he says you can play anything you want there.
Now, I've heard people talk about stuff like that, and there's rules about if you do it for 1 hour and then kill the show, but I like to keep my shows. And I know Juju, but everybody has their different tricks and stuff, and there's ways to fool the system, but I'd rather be the king of lo-fi and keep it as testament for me actually doing a show than me, trying to fix the system, fool the system. And I know there's some tricks and all that stuff, but I'd rather just talk to guys like you and play my music or whatever and walk around town and interview people. And I can sing karaoke, so that's cool.
Right.
Okay, Rick, give me a proper sign out. I got to close my show out.
Right. But,
you want more?
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, man. I was actually trying to find a site, but I got to figure out why, because I remember the first two times we interviewed, I wasn't having a problem with my audio.
Correct.
So I don't know what the deal is.
Me neither. Internet changes all the time.
Yeah, so I guess my final comments would be I'll still be in the channel, and I'm gonna give you a link.
Yeah, put all the links. Anybody can put links on. You guys are all wrenches. Put the links on.
I'll give you a link to this other platform that Bruce Wayne uses.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, he says you can pretty much do anything you want. He's like, there's no restrictions.
And it's clean.
And it's clean, and it's no music, because this guy is very particular.
No, I know his name. I've seen him around for a long time.
Yep. So he's the one that put me onto this. So I'll do YouTube as well, but when I do live streams, I'm gonna try this out because I want to play music when I want to play music.
Me too.
So I can take requests from people, and if they want to hear something,
But that's what I love about doing my old show. But they killed me, and they were like, "Oh, I can't play Journey."
No,
And
I understand that. Like I said, I did private videos, and I did 3 of them in one day, just to try to test things. And next thing you know, I get 3 emails from Yahoo, and they took my my videos off. They cut them right out. So I think honestly, I think Yahoo is shooting themselves in the foot.
Yahoo has been doing that for 20 years.
Not as bad as they have been lately.
No, that part I believe, because they're trying to stay afloat.
Yeah. So
no, they're at the end. They're at end game right now, and the lawyers are all trying to do all this stuff because the name is a name. Actually, Yahoo means chocolate milk is what Yahoo means.
No, yeah, I know. I love Yahoo.
I know, me too. It means chocolate milk.
It's like American pie.
I know. I'm an American. I know what Yahoo means. It means chocolate milk.
Yeah,
Yahoo!
It's not really milk, but it tastes good as hell.
No, I know. It's just look, and they push all the vitamins in, so I guess it was kind of healthy. I drank that stuff out of a box with a plastic straw when I was a kid.
The box ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Glass better.
No, I remember the logo.
The box ones all the time.
Yeah. No, I know Yahoo.
It's expensive in the U.S. now.
I believe that part.
Yahoo. Yeah, Yahoo is ridiculously expensive. So.
No, it's good. Okay. Look, Rick, give me a proper sign up. Say bye-bye.
All right. So to everybody, happy birthday to the ones that have their birthdays.
That's JB and Kiwi girl. Yeah.
JB and Kiwi, happy birthday. Whether or not it's belated or beforehand, that I don't know. But yeah, I got a ways to go for my birthday. But yeah, happy birthday. Drink a bottle of wine and get plastered. Eat some steak.
Eat some steak. I like that one.
Get your grub on. But okay, I'll let everybody go, and again, everybody be safe. If you're getting screwed up, don't drive. Try not to kill yourself while you're doing it.
Correct. No, I like that message a lot. Never friends don't let friends drive drunk. They've been saying that for decades.
Well, I can actually drive drunk pretty good, but
no comment.
But I'm used to it. But I don't do it anymore. I used to when I was younger, but I don't do that anymore.
No, when I was younger, I broke the rules 2 times, and I was lucky actually to get away with it. But I think I had God on my side. But
you don't want to get a DWI in the United States.
I never got one. Yeah, I never got one.
Yeah, me either. With all the stupid crap I did, I never got a DWI. But still, that would be my advice for everybody: don't drink and drive.
Correct. No,
even if you think you can. But if you get caught, and if you're in the States, or I don't know how it goes out of state,
same thing.
Out of the United States,
same thing.
You're gonna get screwed, and hopefully you don't get put in prison, and you're not being screwed by Bubba.
Correct. That's what I'm talking about. No, it's look. I could talk about that subject for forever, but that was a proper sign up. Do not drink while you are drunk.
Right. That's your birthday, so get drunk. God damn it.
No, look. I always tell people take a taxi. Right. If you have enough money to get drunk at a bar, give your keys to the bartender. Right. Take a taxi home. Right. And then you can go back the next day with a hangover, and the bartender will give you the keys back. That's the way that we do it in Florida. And friends don't let friends drive drunk.
I got a story for you from another time. I could make it really short.
You got 30 seconds. Okay.
I actually went out to the bar about a month ago, and I got slammed. And I use a scooter in my area because I can get to places really quick with it. And what ended up happening was I got hammered, and I was like, okay, I can't ride my scooter back.
Not safely.
So I left my scooter in the parking lot. Well, I come back the next day around 1 o'clock to get it, and guess what I got? a parking violation. I was like, are you kidding me?
You put it in the wrong space, Rick.
No, it was right behind the bar. Okay. I had a scooter once that stayed there for like 3 months. I left it there long time ago. And I never got a ticket.
Okay, Rick, you can say you're lucky you never got a DUI, but a ticket is nothing. That's not a felon.
No, I know, but it's like I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't, because I could have rode it home.
That would be risky. That would be risky.
Right. Well, exactly. So I did the smart thing.
Correct.
And then I got screwed either way. Even my old lady's in the background. She's like, you should have just drove it home.
No, friends don't let friends drive drunk. Period.
All right. Well, listen, I'm going to let you go. I don't want to hog the channel.
Peace out.
You got JB that wants to join in. He says he's going to be in OA or Hangouts, or he says he's going to call you, or you have to call him.
Okay.
So
I'm going to put JB on, and then I'm going to kill my show because I'm trying to do a 1 hour show. But
okay.
But Rick, you're one of my new stars, and thanks, upstate New York. And say hi again to your girlfriend. You guys are great. I love you on the Black Fitzpatrick show. Okay.
Blakey says hi, honey. Hi. She said hi back.
I heard that one.
I look in the background going like this.
Okay, Rick, press red because I always feel guilty about pressing red.
No, she just tried to smack me.
No, I was on the background going like this.
Oh, you can't see. We're
I
not
was
on
over
Hangouts.
here,
We're not
dumbass.
on Hangouts, hon. She was in the background giving you the peace signs. She thinks we're on Hangouts.
You know, I fucking hate you right now. I just want to fucking kill you.
Bye. Okay, watching the Black Fitzpatrick show. That was a little bit hardcore at the end, but Rick has his own relationship with his lady, and that's fine. You're watching the Black Fitzpatrick show, the King of Lo-Fi. Looks like JB. JB, I don't see you. Yeah, I know. I'm trying, John. I don't see JB. Okay, I found JB, but he's not green. JB, turn on. If you want to be on my show, you can turn on. I get like 3 minutes left. Otherwise, I play music. But Joan says she's pulling out. Nothing. Press thumbs up before you leave, okay, everybody. I like talking to Rick. He's funny. Upstate New York. But JB, you got to turn on. Okay, I can try to like break through and try to call you. Who's this? Every time I turn this thing on, there's like 7 people on this. I don't want to join this one. Nope. I'm not doing that one. Nope, I'm not doing that one. I'm going to try to call JB and see if it works. If not, it's going to be a... Oh, no. I know JB's... Hold on a second. Home Slice. Brother from another mother. You were live on the Black and Fitzpatrick show. Tell us your name and tell us your times on it. And I love your sunset.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the sky is good color right now. Trains going by. 3, 2, 1. Jason.
Okay, we have a little bit of a time delay here going. That was quick and sweet. But that was definitely JB in Massachusetts. Yeah, definitely a brother from another mother. Okay, that didn't work. So they get every time I open up this Google Hangout stuff, it gets weird. Okay, JB, you coming back? Let's see. I haven't hung up yet. Looks like we have a signal problem. Go to your nearest Wi-Fi tower. Put on your radiation plastic suit to make sure that you don't get cancer. Oh, good. Take one didn't work. Okay, I'm killing that one. I'll try JB again. Okay, looks like we got Kurt that just joined. Yeah, let's try Kurt. JB, call back if you can make it work, but that one died. Let's call Kurt. He says he's at the lake. That sounds interesting. Is this going to be a no-no? Oh. No. I always have the Peru thing to go to. Nope, that's a no-no. Okay, it's going to be Peru, and then I kill the show. Check this out. Now, JB, if you want, you can try to call me. Yeah, I know. Dean's doing. I'm not going to join the 15 people thing. Okay, we get another call coming in here. Tell us your name and tell us your time zone.
In Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. Oh, what's your time zone?
That's I don't know. Central.
Central Europe. Not European. That's my time.
No, I live in Indiana.
I thought Indiana was Eastern Standard Time. Is it? Are you really in Central?
What's that?
What time is it now where you are?
I don't know. I can't see.
I believe you. Put on your glasses.
I have glasses on. 8:15, I think.
Yeah, you're in Eastern Standard Time.
I'm gonna take my headphones off. Hang on 1 second, okay?
Joan, you're my head mod. I'll hang on for at least 10 seconds. Then I'll get disturbed. That was a joke.
Hello?
You're live on the Black Perspective Show. Joan, what's on your mind?
Not much. I feel bad. I wanted you to talk to B.
No, he was on for
It's
about.
his birthday.
He was on for 5 minutes, and then we lost the signal.
Yeah. So I figure I'd fill in the space.
He was no, thank you.
Not much on my mind.
He was wearing a cool hat. I got to see his picture and everything, and he looked cool. And it was a beautiful sunset there in Massachusetts, and I was like, wow. And then all of a sudden,
nice.
I lost connection. Hey, that's the way it is.
Aw.
I know.
Yeah.
Aw. I'm the king of acceptance. You know me.
Aw. Yeah, I know. But I'm really proud of B.
Right.
Happy for him too.
Yep.
Just because he's turned his life around.
He has actually. He's done a real 180.
I know, and that's so awesome.
No, I'm very happy as well. I wouldn't use the word proud, but I would definitely use the word happy. No, I understand.
I was a mom. I'm a mom.
I know. I'm a dad. I'm a dad. So, but he look. I know what you're talking about. But JB. A lot of people were afraid about JB last year. They said JB's going off into the deep end, and he doesn't know how to swim. And I thought to myself, he's fine.
Yeah. But that's what happens when we care about people.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. No, I always knew that JB was never that far off. If he was really that far off, I probably would have, I don't know, called somebody else. I would have called his mother because I know his mother. So I would have called his mother and said, girlfriend. But JB always was in control of what he was doing. He was maybe at the limits, But I've been at the limit. Joan, you've been at the limit before in your life a couple of times.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
So you know what I'm
Absolutely.
talking. You know what I'm talking about. The limit. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was kind of hoping he'd call in.
He did.
So.
He did.
But you lost him.
Oh, that's the internet turned it off. The internet doesn't like it when I talk to JB. It could be YouTube. I have no idea. They don't like it when we talk to each other.
Yeah, that's real special.
No.
I'm scared. I talked to, well, not scared, but I talked to Elena today a lot.
Cool.
And
I like her, but
yeah,
tell me what you learned, because I have my own experience with her. What's your experience with Elena?
Oh, I like her.
I like her too. I like her a lot too.
But I like everybody, and I love everybody until they, you know, if anybody attacks, I attack back.
Correct.
In a polite way.
No, Joni, you like to characterize yourself as a conservative, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So, but if somebody's attacking you, one's normal reaction is to defend oneself, correct?
Exactly.
Have you ever felt attacked by Elena?
Oh, no. Oh, no. No, you know, not at all. And I talk to her often, and we're getting to know each other better, and that's a good thing. Just like a lot of other people in my life, you know. I didn't know any of y'all before I came on here.
Yeah.
And it's so awesome to have friends from all over the world.
I love it too.
But it makes me want to learn new languages.
Oh, which language do you want to pick?
Yeah, I was listening to some family member show at a Palermo today, and they had a translator button on there, so I could translate, or they could, you know, we could read each other's things, and that was really cool. And I'm like, gosh, I'm such a moron. I don't know Italian. I don't know German. You know, I know a little Spanish, but yeah, so it makes me want to go to school again.
Hey, learning languages. I'll be honest with you. All the languages that you just mentioned are all Latin based, which means it's kind of the same thing. There's just they don't say the, they say whatever, right? It's all about articles and the endings and all that stuff, but the nouns and the verbs are kind of the same. Almost 90% of the time.
I'm starting to understand that, because Ben asked me the other night if I understood German, and I said no, but I can pick out a few words.
That's how you start. That's how I started with understanding German. Was like, hey, I know what the word kaput means. I know what the word Gesundheit means. Right?
Gesundheit, yeah.
Yeah, no, we say that in America,
like,
right?
God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you.
Yeah.
So it actually means gesund means health, and height means ness. So it means healthiness. That's how I understood it. I never took a German class in my life. I learned German by watching Baywatch. Did you actually really buy my book for $4? Yeah, I did watch it. It's in my book.
Not yet.
It's $4.
Not yet, but huh?
$4.
Yeah, Gesundheit.
Yeah, gesund is a word for health.
I talked to Michael.
Mike's pretty good at German and Spanish.
I know slang.
Yeah.
Which was not. Yeah.
No, you're allowed.
Me what the word I said was.
You're allowed to swear in a foreign language on my show. Huh? That's okay.
Oh, yeah. But I knew what the word meant, and I know some language growing up in New York, and Italian.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna you know, that's cool, but I feel like I need to learn language, other languages, because I've made so many friends from different countries
No,
now.
I've talked to a lot of people
And,
who are on my show, and I said, why do you like my show? Kurt is one of them, and Kurt's like, I like talking to people from different countries.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think
this is all new for me in the last couple
I know
of
it's
years,
new for
but I love it.
Joan. It's new for everybody right
Yeah.
now, and it's an outreach.
Yeah.
It's an outreach. You can actually be living in Indiana, but actually have friends from India, not Indiana, but from India, and from Russia, from Austria, from France, from England, from Canada, right? Friends from all around the world,
Right.
and it's kind of cool.
Right.
I'm trying to, and I always make
Yeah.
this joke. I'm trying to make friends from the North Pole and the South Pole, but most of them are from Scandinavia
Yeah.
anyway, so it doesn't really matter. That was a
Yeah.
joke.
I have a friend in California, and he's in Florida now,
Cool.
doing catering for his sister.
Cool.
And he lost his daughter also to drugs. And so we connected over the last year and a half, and he's just a friend, and turned out he's right in the same place where I lived in Florida right now.
On the East Coast.
He said, "Are you here now?" And I said, "No."
Hey, Joan,
That'd be cool.
Joan, you're the perfect one to talk to, because I haven't talked to anybody about this subject matter, but I heard over the last couple of days that the opioid, the drug company, the pharmaceutical companies, some of them are going to jail for over prescribing opioids. Have you heard that story?
Excited. I was so excited. One of the big
owner
hits of the pharma that pushed fentanyl.
Yes. Yep. The owner and four other people are going to prison. They're going to prison. It's starting.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, God.
Yes. Thank you, God.
The opioid crisis problem is coming to an end. It's starting it right now. They never did it before. This is what I heard in the last couple of days, and I was like, man, they're actually doing it. They're pressing charges. They're pressing charges against the huge, multi-billion. They're pushing drugs.
Yeah, he's a nasty old man. That's the way I look at him. And they actually showed a video that they did with rap music. Did you see that?
I didn't see that one.
About taking fentanyl.
I didn't see that one, but what I heard was that the number one, the president of this pharmaceutical company is going to go to jail, and four other people who pushed it.
For sure.
And a lot of people.
That made me happy.
Yeah, I heard that there's going to be a lot of other cases now going. If this case goes through, it's going to actually stop doctors from over-prescribing. They've been paid to over-prescribe. They did it to my dad. They did it to, I've heard it from tons of people in Florida.
Yeah.
They're giving everybody way too much pills, and then the kids are selling the pills, the grandkids or whatever, or the sons or daughters, and grandpa got sick, and there's tons of drugs here, and you can sell for $25 on the street. And they did it for a reason, and they were over prescribing the drugs to people who had my dad was shoulder replacement, but whatever it was, they just were like drug up, and they made everybody addicted.
Oh yeah,
it was a plan, and they should go to jail, and I hope he does go to jail for the rest of his life. And other people are going to fall too. Pfizer should fall. Pfizer should fall.
People, but I have a lot of friends that are have lost children.
Yep.
Through drugs, and it's sad. I mean, I spoke with a lady last night. I was so tired, and she was texting me, and about a lot of things, and I said, I'm beat, because I had a lot of calls yesterday from people. Which I usually don't have, but I'm very, very happy about.
No, it's one of the headline stories the last couple of days. So of course everybody's going to think
Yeah.
about you. I wrote a song about you and your son, and finally, this is the first time.
Which one?
Mosquito but Lydia.
Which? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And but in the last couple of days, they've been talking about that they're taking down the pharmaceutical companies. And I thought to myself, wow, I never, because they have so much power because there's so much money. But Donald Trump said there's an opioid crisis. So did
about what that song is about.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said maybe you should speak what the song is really about.
Oh, Joan, you know I've done it on many occasions. It's about what happened
to higher ups.
Okay, now I know what you mean. It's who knows? Maybe Donald Trump will hear it, but Bernie Sanders talked about it as well. So did Trump. Hillary Clinton never talked about an opioid crisis. I saw it straight. I saw it straight up. She's part of it. I saw it straight up, and everyone's on pills, and everybody can go to work, but unfortunately, after 10 years, you're dead. And you know it's heroin. It's in a pill form.
Yes.
It's opioids, and
absolutely.
And they're doing it on the street because they're giving the old people way too much stuff, and they give it to them for free on Obamacare, which is Hillary Clinton, and everybody got way too much drugs. It has to do with Obamacare. I'm sorry, this is not a political show, but this is the breaking news that I've heard.
I know. Listen, I lived through it. And
I know you did.
I said, they use pill mills in Florida, and they don't really mention Florida a whole bunch, but back, many years ago, pill mills, and my son Paul was getting 200 oxys, and all you have to do is walk in a pill mill with an X-ray saying, "Ouch, my back hurt." And 200 oxys.
They hooked everybody on oxys. Yeah.
You name it, they give it. Xanax.
Xanax is also bad.
And you have to pay cash. Yeah, I'm going to start going after a few of them here pretty soon. Well, as soon as I get my eyes fixed.
No, there's going to be trust me, there's going to be a bunch of lawyers and legal consultants who are going to say, if you had a son who died from Oxycontin overdose, guess what? You're and I know you don't care about the money because you can't get your son back, but it has to change the system.
I don't care about the money.
I know you don't care.
They can bring my son back, which is not going to happen. But
nope, he's in heaven.
Yeah, I know, and I'm a big advocate for all this stuff, and I wish I'd get off my butt and get out there. And
now we're starting to.
I have
2 days ago. 2 days ago was the first time I heard about it. They actually are taking on the big pharmaceuticals.
Yep.
And Bernie talked about it, and Trump talked about it. Hillary, I'm repeating myself to prove the point that 2 days ago was the first time I heard about it. And I was like, wow, this guy who's a billionaire is going to go to prison for like 25 years because he told all the doctors, we'll give you some money and you can have your second pool and your second boat and your second house if you give everybody extra drugs. Everybody is guilty in this. This is a whole scheme.
Yep.
I also learned today that what's this guy's name? Alex Jones got banned from Facebook.
But I know all the. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, but so did Farrakhan.
I know. No, that's where they balanced it off.
No,
Farrakhan I don't like. But Alex Jones, do you like Alex Jones or not?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Me too. And so does JB. And but they killed Jones, and then they killed Farrakhan, and they killed a black girl. They tried to make it look like it was, not sexist or racist or anything, right? They did a hustle, and they killed 5 of the biggest people who tell stories about the truth. Whether Farrakhan is right, I don't know. What do I know?
I mean, I don't know if they think we're just complete idiots. or what, but I pay attention a lot.
I know you do. That's why. That's why you're my head mod.
Yeah, yeah. But I have names. Is that JB calling?
No, it's Dean the Dancing Machine.
Okay. I have names of doctors in Florida.
Yep.
And I've already gone after one of them.
Good.
And he closed his practice, and
Yeah.
he
No, they're all in trouble right now. They're all in trouble right now.
Yeah, but I didn't continue on yet. But if that's the last thing I do in my life, I'm gonna try and do that. And no, I don't care about the money.
No, it's not about the money. It's about the future of the rest of us.
It's about the future
Yeah,
of children.
The rest of us, about
people, and
after you and me are dead. Right now in our generation, in our lifetime, what is it, 2019? They're finally getting busted. They've been doing this hustle for like how long? 10 years? Getting Americans addicted on drugs? Okay, maybe longer.
Longer than that.
Okay, I said at least 10. So they've been doing. I figured it out. Look, I've been living in Europe on and off.
So the last time my son ended up, he was on life support. This was a couple of years before he passed. Was on life support, and I called the doctor, and that doctor actually delivered my son.
Cool.
And I asked to talk to him, and they said, "Oh, he's not available. He's with a patient." And I said, "Well, good. That's just great. Well, here's a message for him." I said, "I'm coming for you." I said, "My son's laying up in a hospital right now, dying because of the drugs he prescribed, and shame on you." And
no, the doctors,
practices.
The doctors wanted to have the swimming pools. They were all in the hustle. Okay, they said yes, which is against the. I think the word is oath, but a doctor takes an oath to take care of somebody, and when they overprescribe somebody, and they know that it's going out to the public on the street because they overprescribe because they got an extra kickback so they can get a brand new sailboat, right?
Exactly. That's so true because I remember.
I know the hustle's been exposed.
My doctor sailboat on the river in Florida, and it
of course,
just like extravagant.
I'm not, Joan. I'm not making this up. You know what I'm talking about. I know doctors.
Exactly.
I teach guitar lessons to doctors, and they tell me, sometimes I feel guilty, but I'm giving everybody too much drugs, and I know it goes onto the street, but I'm rich. And I think to myself, I'm teaching you guitar lessons. For some reason, people are honest when they talk to me. I've talked to doctors. I know what's going on. The whole thing is a hustle. It's all about money, and they don't even care. They took an oath to make people healthy, and what do? They get them hooked on drugs. Right. They should be held accountable for.
Yeah.
And
my doctors freak out, and I've had doctors. It's like, "Oh, here, I'm going to give you something for pain." I said, "I take ibuprofen if I need it, and then that's good." And
it's strong enough.
Go ahead and write you this anyway.
Yeah.
No, I say no.
well, and my dad said no too. My dad got off of it, but he took enough of it to screw him up. But and he was on the oxy, and I tried my best to get him off of it, but there's the point of no return. It's heroin. It's synthetic heroin.
Oh, exactly.
And it comes from Afghanistan.
Opioids are so incredibly addictive, and
it comes from poppy. Comes from poppy from Afghanistan. I'm going to get banned for saying this right now. And why do you think America has a war with Afghanistan?
I will too. Yeah.
Why do you think we have a war with Afghanistan for a long, long time? It's about drugs.
Right.
It has nothing to do with Russia.
They're coming from a lot of places right now, and
Correct.
And the
No.
one that got me the other day, you know, I read a lot of stuff, and I saw where shrimp were packed with cocaine, and pineapples come in the country packed with fentanyl. You know, and yeah, exactly. So, however they figure they can get them in the country, they're going to do it.
No, it's not that hard,
But then
actually.
they come to the country. Yeah, they come to the country, and you know, it's just like weed now. I mean, I used to smoke weed, no big deal. You know, it was, you know, just weed. But now it's like super weed. I mean, I saw the other day where some kids were given sweet tarts that were oxy and fentanyl, and they died.
No
You
comment.
know, how sick is that?
No comment.
Yeah, no comment. Exactly.
No comment.
Exactly. But yeah, I hope. Honestly, if the last thing I do on this planet is fight against this, you know, that I'll succeed, and at least it will save some lives.
So my first proof that I saw was 2 days ago that they're actually talking about it in our propaganda. That they're taking out the first pharma company, and which is not Pfizer, but they're taking out one of the small ones. They only make like 24 billion a year, but and then Pfizer's the big one. They make trillions, and they're all guilty.
Yeah.
They're all guilty for making this stuff, and they push it, and they tell the doctors you can get an extra swimming pool if you give too much. Look, I know this stuff already. I've seen it in person.
I know.
And then all of a sudden, the kids get.
Florida's really bad.
I know. I saw it in person in
they
Florida.
They talk about Ohio, but Florida's been really bad for a long time.
Florida's super bad. So is West Virginia is super bad, but it's also in Massachusetts.
Oh yeah.
No, it's bad like everywhere. And
yeah.
But it's like a drug where it's like, oh, you can still work. You can get drunk, no hangover. Take the pill, and it's a hangover cure. I know what Oxy is. It's a hangover cure. So you can get drunk after work, and then go back to work. Take the pill.
Have you ever actually been around somebody that's addicted to oxys?
Yes.
It's sad. And it's pathetic.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to say his last name, but it was a colleague that I worked with. He was a waiter. He's now a manager right now. Actually, I haven't seen him for years. He could be dead, as far as I know. And last time I had a serious conversation with him, his name is Todd. So I'll put a name to the story.
Okay.
Todd is from Indiana.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say his last name, but Todd told me, he said,
that's okay. You don't have to.
Here's a story. Todd told me with a smile on his face. He says, Alec, he was smiling and giggling the whole time. It was in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
He says, Alec, I think I have a problem. And I said, dude, man, what's up? And he was like, I think I'm addicted to Oxy. And I told him, I said, dude, man, I'm trying to be PG-13. I said, dude, man.
Yes.
Try to wean it. It's going to kill you. He says, and he smiled at me. He says, I know.
Yes.
He said, I know, but I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy. And he had this fake smile. He looked like the Joker from Batman, right? It was a fake smile.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I was like, dude, man, I said, this is PG-13. I said, dude, man, I said, you look screwed up. But he was like so happy. And he was like, I have to take an Oxy every 4 hours. The first hour I take one. The second, after 4 hours, I take two. After 8 hours, I take three. This is what he told me. He says, I think I'm going to die if I keep on doing this regimen. And I said, dude, man, you are going to die. I said, stop it, but do it slowly. You don't have to like do cold turkey or anything, like the John Lennon song. I said, but I said, slow it down. He was like, I can't. And he was smiling at me the whole time. And I looked through his eyes. He looked like a shark's eyes. They were like eyes that were dead.
Thank you. That's what I was going to tell you. The last time I saw my son walking out of the house,
Shark's eyes.
I said, I think he's possessed.
Correct.
His eyes were black, and his grin on his face, even though he was pissed off, was just. Remember that, Kim? Yeah, Kim's listening.
Hi, Kim.
He was here with it. Yeah. He looked possessed.
No, that's the drug.
I mean,
that's the drug. The drug takes over.
Yeah, and it.
No, Todd.
Yeah.
Todd. I'm not going to say his last name. Todd reached out to me, and he was like, I kind of was like his best friend. He never had any friends. He was kind of like one of these distant type of people. He would, he would have a date with a girl but never see her ever again. He was one of these type of guys. He was a loner, right? He was a drifter, total gypsy, but for some reason we stayed friends for a long time. And he was like, Alec, I have a problem. What can you tell me? And I said, you got to wean off of it, man. I said, it's taking over your life. It's taking over your life, and it will kill you. I said, stop it slowly, not now. I said, not tonight. Take your oxys, and that's fine. But try to go down to, instead of having 10 pills a day, try to go down to 9, and then go down to 8, right? And slowly slow it down. My dad taught me that trick. But oxys are super addictive. It makes cigarette smoking look like a joke. Because cigarettes don't really kill people that fast.
For sure.
Oxys kill people really fast.
For sure.
If you take one extra pill.
Either way, I'm glad that you understand. You said sharp eyes, and
That's what I saw in him.
Exactly.
That's what I saw in him. It was like shark eyes.
My son's eyes turned black.
Oh no, I saw that in my second.
He's got real dark brown eyes.
That was the second time I saw it. The first time I saw it was my cousin. He was on heroin. And I know what the eyes look like when they go to that level. And I'm like, and I've seen it with other people as well. And I'm in the music business, so I see this stuff. Thank God I never went that far. And I've been tempted. And I always said, I don't want to go that far. I'll just have cigarettes and wine and maybe some spliff. But I don't want to go that far. And opioids is it's a killer. I don't want to die.
Absolutely.
I don't want to die.
Yeah.
It's a killer. It kills. Even if it's in pill form. Oh, I just took a pill to stop my pain because I have a hangover or whatever.
Yeah, but the amount, because opioids, once you're addicted to them, you increase constantly, and that's why.
No, that's what Todd told me.
Because they give you enough.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One is good for the first day, and then it turns into 2 the next week, and then it turns into 3, and then it turns into 5, and it turns into 6. And as soon as you do 8,
absolutely,
you die of a heart attack.
Yeah, my
it's
son
game
had
over.
a heart attack when he was 22.
That's very young.
That's insane. That was from ecstasy and something else, but he struggled with drugs for over 20 years, and he had the best support possible. I detoxed him. Kim and I detoxed him, and I detoxed him, I don't know how many times, 3. He'd come up here, and as soon as he got clean, he'd leave. Go right back to drugs.
No,
so
yeah. No, look, and this is why I'm so glad that they're actually, because it has to do with the pill popping. Right now, the craze for the young people is not about getting high or getting drunk. It's about taking a pill. Hey, I can swallow a pill, and guess what? It makes me happy, and I can go to work. And you have to work 60 or 80 hours a week, and so it has something to do with the culture, and
very sad. I worked all my life, but
it is sad, and
get through my work with pills.
No, Joan, I agree with you. It's sad, but I'm going to clarify and say it's a reality, and it's not just.
It is. Yes, it is.
I'm concerned about my daughter, to be honest with you, because I want this opioid crisis to disappear. And I don't ever see it happening. But if it can be diminished, then my daughter has a chance. My daughter's 8, and
Yeah.
I'm not even ready to have the conversation to talk to my daughter about never take a pill. She can't swallow a pill. She's 8. But when she gets a little bit older,
Right.
and her best girlfriend says, "Hey, swallow this pill, and school won't be boring. You'll have fun." And I had people tell this to me when I was in junior high school, and they were like, and I hung around with a lot of potheads, but I always said no. I never got stoned. First time I got stoned, I was 22. But I hung around with potheads. I liked the way they thought. I was like, hey, they're pretty cool. But being on the opioids, they're probably also pretty cool people. But guess what? It's super addictive, and they're going to die. They're not even going to make it to university because you take that one extra pill.
I worry about my granddaughter too.
That's what I'm talking about. You take that one extra pill.
Mom,
one day you go, oh, I'm taking another pill.
Prescribing. Do you hear what I said?
Yeah, say it again.
Oh, I said I worry about my granddaughter. I heard a story about her that somebody tried to get her to smoke a joint, and she said no.
Good.
My dad died from drugs, but her mother did a lot of drugs, and she was one of the ones in the doctor's office that prescribed. They'd wait till the doctor, him and his ex-wife and his girlfriend, my son, both worked at the same doctor's office, over the years. And his girlfriend here told me a story. Yeah, I'd wait. Dr. Mathers was so old, I'd just take a whole bunch of scripts in at the end of the day, and he'd sign them all. And she said, I would get kickbacks. The people would give me the oxys. And so that's another thing, I so bad want to take her down. And my son's ex-wife did the same thing, worked at the same doctor's office.
Damn.
And like I said, I have a lot of info. And if anything happens to my granddaughter, I would be totally devastated, as I am already. But I don't give up the fight.
But Joan, I'm going to balance it off with, I'm positive that my propaganda, our propagandists, said that they're taking down the first pharmaceutical company for over prescribing oxy. Thank God.
And fentanyl.
And fentanyl.
And fentanyl.
Thank God.
Yeah.
They said they gave them too much. And it ended up on the streets.
But like you said, they promised them all kinds of stuff. And if you look back, if you can pull up a video on that old fart that got arrested today.
Yeah, I saw it, yeah.
From that pharma company.
Yeah, I saw him.
Yeah.
He's a hustler. He's all about the money. He didn't care about life.
No, he don't give a shit.
You're allowed to let that one slip. That's PG-13.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's PG-13. You're allowed to say.
I'm sorry, Veronica, if you're here.
Now we're talking about how nobody should take drugs. Drugs kill people. In case Veronica's watching, drugs kill people.
I can give you names of hundreds of friends I have that drugs have taken their children from them and their parents. And there's no good end to drugs at all. None.
Correct. Especially for kids. I mean, that's the real problem is when kids start taking these Oxycontin pills and they go, wow, all of a sudden Social studies is a fun class. Look, thank you for laughing. I saw this when I was in high school.
I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry
no.
for the PG thing.
Not girlfriend, you're fine. Look, you might have more. You're
Yeah.
allowed to let it. PG-13 means you're allowed to let certain words slip. Just don't drop the F bomb, okay?
Sorry. I get no.
No, the F1 is not so bad. My daughter knows all the swear words anyway.
I know. Veronica, not a good word to say. I'm sorry. But
No.
yeah, it's it's consumed my whole life
I believe you.
with this, and it's my son is not the first person that I know that passed from, oh, here, take some of these pills. It was my best friend. It was my cousin. It was my nephew.
No, I had two cousins who succumbed to the same problem.
It all leads to down the same path.
Oh.
And young people need to live their lives, not with drugs. Not with drugs.
Correct. When you're young, you should live. Look, I didn't start. I experimented with alcohol and cigarettes and marijuana when I was 22. But I think at that point I was kind of semi-developed. I'm not trying to make a justification for it, but it was legal, well, in certain countries. But the first time I smoked marijuana, I was in Jamaica, and all I did was fall asleep. I didn't really do anything. I fell asleep.
That's cool.
I felt, it was pure ganja, and I was just like, it was black.
At this point in my life, I would never smoke marijuana. Why? Because it's being fentanyl's being put in it, all kinds of stuff.
I know. I was talking with Isabel about this because we got some stuff from her son the other day, and I was like, "This is mega strong."
That he doesn't like it.
What?
I said this one should always take it to my son. He doesn't like it. I don't like it.
I'm sorry. Isabel is right next to me, and anyway, I tried now.
Hey, Isabella.
Hi.
The stuff is like when I was in London 15 years ago, I realized that they changed the word from skunk into super skunk, and then they changed it into super skunk number 2, and I was like, what's up with this stuff? And they spray it with all these chemicals, and you're right, it's fentanyl from China. And it gets me way too screwed up.
The only marijuana I would smoke is if I grew it in my yard.
No, we got some seeds actually. We're gonna grow some stuff this summer, but we got some seeds, Northern Light. But that's gonna be natural, and we're not gonna spray it with fentanyl. But the stuff nowadays.
I think my son used to grow Northern Lights.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one. That's a good one. This one's natural. It's very strong, but it's natural strong.
Be careful.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, be careful. Yeah.
But they spray. Nowadays, everything is. They make it hydro, and they spray it with fentanyl.
I know.
So you get an extra kick. And the last couple of days, I've been smoking this stuff, and I'm waking up, and I'm like, I'm really groggy. I say groggy.
Yeah.
I'm really groggy. And I'm like, I ate well, and I'm fine. And I didn't drink too much. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? And it's because of the weed. And this is the street weed right now. It's sprayed with fentanyl.
Right. Yeah.
That's why Isabel and I are tonight. We're on CBD. We're taking a break from the strong stuff that's on the street.
Yeah. I do CBD oil, and it's 3% THC.
I don't know how much percent we have,
before I go to bed.
No, I feel relaxed actually right now. But yesterday, and the day before, I did 2 days in a row of the street stuff, and I know there's fentanyl in it, and it's like, whoa.
Don't do it. I'm telling you.
I told
Don't
Isabel,
do
I said,
it.
I don't want to do this tonight. So she said, let's go to CBD.
Yeah. I saw you the other night.
Was I bad?
After you smoked it and you went, I was on your show
Yeah.
when you smoked some the other night and you went, whoa, this is way strong.
Yeah, I know. That's the stuff that they're selling on the street here in
But,
Vienna. And so
yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Fentanyl's bad
They
stuff.
spray, they only, because fentanyl is very strong. So all they do is like one spray, and we spray it with fentanyl. So you get a kick. And the high is really good actually, but the aftermath for me is when I wake up, I go, how come I'm dizzy? How come I don't know what time it is? How come I can't remember when I fell asleep? How come I can't? It's like it's fentanyl. I know it's fentanyl. So they spray. They've been in London. We called it super skunk too. They've been doing the fentanyl thing for like at least 10 years, 15 years, and it's a Chinese drug, and they put it onto the weed that they make in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands, and I've seen this stuff on the market for a long, long time, and I don't like Super Skunk 2. I don't. Maybe now it's Super Skunk 3. I have no idea what it's called now, but I remember Skunk. Skunk was okay. That was like the natural stuff. That was Hydra. I have no problem with Hydra.
Weed.
Was that?
What, skunk weed?
Yeah, I have no problem with skunk. But super skunk means Hydra. And it's like, okay, they put on some jive and stuff. But Super Skunk 2 is when it turns into fentanyl, and it's like, uh-oh. I'm like, yeah.
No.
Yeah, no. And I have like two or three puffs. I have 2 or 3 puffs, and I'm like totally screwed. But I can still be active and do my show properly or whatever. But go, whoa. And then I passed.
Really?
I couldn't even make it to the bed, Joan. I couldn't even make it to the bed last night. Isabella left early, and she passed out reading a book. She was on the same stuff I was. I fell asleep on the floor here, listening to Tucker Carlson, and I was like, "Boy, I'm really screwed up. I can't even move." And so I was not. I was definitely not on weed. I was on fentanyl.
Yeah.
And I woke up today. I woke up today dizzy. I woke up today dizzy. Okay.
Oh, hell no.
I feel okay now, but it has something to do with that weed. It's fentanyl. You're right. It's sprayed with fentanyl.
Yeah. Did you watch that? When you watched that thing today about that old fart guy that was arrested finally?
Which one?
Did you? The guy, the pharma guy.
Oh, he got nicked.
And they showed a video.
He got arrested.
They showed a video of.
No, I didn't watch the news today. He got arrested today.
I think so.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Poor billionaire. Poor billionaire. He got arrested.
Happy dance.
Good.
But they also showed what he was prescribing or pushing doctors to prescribe, and they showed a young girl. Probably she looked like she was about 16 years old, putting a spray bottle of fentanyl under her tongue like you do CBD oil.
No comment.
My son and his girlfriend was on fentanyl patches.
No comment.
They learned how to chew them. Yeah, that's part of what killed my son, fentanyl patches.
No comment, and I'm sorry, babes.
I know. I think Tuesday, 2 years.
No comment. God bless you, Joan. I
Yeah.
love you, Joan. Okay.
I love you too.
When I
And
say
love Isabella.
when I say no comment, I'm not dissing you. Okay.
Okay.
It means I'm speechless.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been through a lot of this shit. Poop. I'm sorry. Oh no.
No, that's a
Don't ban
PG-13.
me.
You're allowed to say at least 2
I've
times.
been through I've been through a lot of things with my family for gosh.
Okay,
over 2
okay,
years.
Joan.
My son will.
Okay, Joan. Let me ask you a personal question. Why are you still alive?
I believe in God
Correct.
and I pray a lot.
Correct.
And
Your life is about yourself, right?
I'm alive because of my faith also.
Correct.
Yeah. I don't fall asleep at night usually without praying for everybody in my life, and then
I like to
listen
pray. I like to
music.
pray. I like to prayer as well. Okay, continue.
What?
I say prayers every night and every morning and all day. Continue.
Yes. Yes. I do. I pray for all this stuff going on in the world, and I pray for people that are hurting. I never ask God for anything for myself. I don't need anything.
Correct.
I just need serenity.
Correct. Peace.
I need peace and serenity, and He gives me that. He gives me nature.
Correct.
He gives me all these kitties.
You're
Thank you.
you're a lucky gal, Joan. You're a lucky gal. You're covered with critters. Joan,
I know, right?
Joan, as a side point, Philip asked me a word today. He said, Blicky, Blicky. When Joan tells, because it looks like you and Philip talk in private chat sometimes, right?
Yes.
And Philip told me, he said, when Joan says nest, he doesn't know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
What does the word nest mean? Translate the word nest.
Well, I sent him a reply on that. I said, that means bedtime.
Okay, here's a personal question.
I call it my nest.
Yeah, I know what it means. Girlfriend, here's my question for you. When did you start using the word nest? How old were you? Show your age.
Gosh. Been using it for years.
Yeah,
I
when?
can't give you a time.
Okay, for decades or for years?
What's that?
Decades or for years? How long have you been using the expression nest? I love
the decade. I don't know.
1 decade.
Could be.
I love the word nest. Nest is a great. Philip was like, he said, what does the word nest mean? I said, that's where birds are born in. And the mother takes care of the babies. That's called the nest. It's in the tree.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you,
Yeah.
I never heard anybody. You're the first person I've ever heard who says, "I'm going to go to my nest." And I love this. Is what makes you original.
No.
That's what makes you original. No, Joan, that's what makes you original. I never heard anybody say that. And Philip was like, "Alec, please explain." He talked like Spock. Alec, please explain to me.
He asked me. I said it means going to bed. But I don't say bed because that sounds like, I don't know. It's not my words, going to bed. It's
No. That
Yes.
makes you sound like a hooker. What he was, that was a joke. But he didn't know that it means bird's nest. And so I had to, I didn't have to do anything. I got to teach Philip English, and I was like, she's talking
Yeah.
about a bird's nest, which is in a tree, protected from the wind, and blah blah blah, and all that stuff. And but
Yeah.
I did give you the quotation of I never heard anybody ever say, I'm going to my nest. So you're the first person I've ever heard say that. So you get credit for that one, girlfriend. No, you do. I
Oh,
never heard it
thank you.
before. And Philip was like, when she says
Yeah.
I'm going
I
to
just
my
go,
nest.
I go in there and I curl up and I pray and listen to music after I
No, I
pray.
know what you mean, but Philip was like, he was in the dark, and he was like, when Joan says she's going to
I
a
thought
nest.
I was a hooker.
Yeah. He was like, what is she talking about? And I was like, dude, man, she's talking about the bird's nest and all this stuff. It's an analogy and all this stuff. And so I just wanted to clarify that live on my show. Joan, I have to say bye-bye.
Okay, sweetie.
You want to give me a proper sign-up?
Great talking to you.
It's great talking to you, Joan.
Um,
You're one of the stars of my show, and you know it. What do you think about Rick? Is he good?
yeah.
I like. I'll be honest with you. I like him. So does the walrus.
Yeah. Well, he's from New York. That's cool.
He's from upstate New York. Correct. He's from
Right.
Dean
Is
the
he a
Dancing
friend of
Machines
Dean's?
area. What?
Huh?
Repeat
Is
what you
Rick
just said.
a friend of Dean?
No, he's not a friend of Dean. They don't know each other yet. He comes from
Well,
he comes from where does he come from? He comes from Karen Blue. He's from Karen Blue people.
right. Well, I love everybody.
Me too.
Until, you know, I see anything different. And then I'm like, oh, not cool.
Well, that's one of the two rules of my show is PG-13, and the second one is be cool.
Yeah. Well, you guys have a great night. I love you both.
We love you too, Joan. And you're definitely one of the big stars on my show. And thank you so much for being part of my show. Hold on a second. What do you think about my new bumper music running around this town?
Say what?
I like that one. Say what? What do you think about my new bumper music running around this town? I can't play the Doobie Brothers anymore.
I'm sorry. I'm losing you here. What?
Have you heard my new bumper music running around this town?
Oh yeah, I love it.
You like it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm going to kill the show and I'm going to play my bumper music. Give me a proper sign out.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Is that your proper sign out? Thank you.
Oh, well, I know I already gave my sign out. I said I love you guys. Be safe. Be happy. Going to my nest soon. It was great talking to you. You know, I'm glad we can talk about things like we talk about.
Girlfriend, you and I can talk about everything, and that's why I love you. That was a proper sign out. Ciao for now. Joan, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow on tomorrow night's show, okay?
Okay, sweetie. I love you too.
I love
Bye.
you too. Ciao. That's the type of thing we like on the Black and the Spectre show. A proper sign out. Oh, yeah. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi, the Blackie Fitzpatrick Show on the Alec Whittier channel.
Every time they call you on the phone because you're not just feeling grown, but you get it, even older. So much shines, the shine that makes you wake up in the morning. Kids push up before the coffees, leaving over. I guess that I will lie on you as you rely on me. Running around this town, check out the feeling, hear the sounds. Running around this town, running around this town, running around this town. Check out the feeling, hear the sounds. Running around this town, running around this town. Because you're not just being thrown up, but you can't even hold it. Sunshine is a shine that makes you wake up in the morning. Music push up before your coffee, leaving over. I guess that I rely on you as you rely on me. Running around this town, check out the feeling, hear the sounds. Running around this town, running around this town, running around this town. Check out the feeling, hear the sounds. Running around this town, running around this town. If we want, we can do anything that we want. Roll the dice. You can do anything you want. Let's go outside and have fun. Running around this town. You should check out the feeling, hear the sounds. Just running around this town. Running around this town. You should check out the feeling, hear the sounds. Running around this town. Running around this town. Running around this town. You should check out the feeling, hear the sounds. Running around this town. 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 You should check out the feeling, hear the sounds. Running around this town. Running around this town. Running around this town.